Greetings and welcome back to Fate Grand Order. It has been, what, over a month and a half, 2 months? But anyway, that's what happens when you have a bunch of holidays and a bunch of other games coming out, and you're also playing a bunch of other mobile games. But anyway, I am here to talk about what to look forward to in this year, ignoring the story because I am not going to go through any of the story chapters outside of what they're showing right here on their official page. And that's because the story is basically one of the main reasons you're playing this game. Chapter Babylon and Chapter Solomon basically prove that without a shadow of doubt. So instead, I'm only going to preview the events that are actually coming. Especially considering that this year, starting off with the Moon Rabbit event, which was completely identical. But after that, we are also getting the what's it called? The Tower of Terror, the Edmond Dante's rerun, and that has something very special at the very end. So let's see if they have something in their news section over here. It should be announced since it's inside the game, so let's see. News, promotion, Facebook, news. It should be here. Advanced time. Here we go. So here, advanced notice. So as you can see, we are getting the event again. However, at the very end, there's going to be a brand new, super challenging mission, very similar to the Nero event, except without any gimmicks as far as I can tell. So let's go over to that event and see what they're talking about, shall we? So here we go. So as you can see here, down here, the challenge quest itself is repeatable, blah blah blah. But anyway, if you clear Solomon main story, you unlock it. And if you beat it, you get 3 special summon tickets. That is the equivalent to 9 Saint Quartz. But how about we actually go take a look at that actual quest and see what we're up against, shall we? Let's see, here we go. There is the challenge quest. So as you can see, we are up against basically one of every type of servant there is. And they're not exactly weak, so each one comes with a semi-boss within its wave, something with over 100,000 or more. And then at the very end, we're dealing with Jin Namakusa again, and then Enmo Dantes at the very end. Now, the bad part is we currently don't have anyone that deals extra damage to Enmo Dantes except Berserkers, but unfortunately, most Berserkers are not sturdy enough to survive this. So what strategy can we go with this? Well, down below in the comments, people are recommending you go in with FGO and 2 Merlins. Unfortunately for me, I have neither of those servants, so I'm going to have to come up with my own strategy. So what can we do in order to do this? Well, you can try going in with a AoE Berserker of sorts, like say Lancelot, or you can go in with a high survivability Berserker like Heracles with his Bond CE, with Cuchulain Altar, or you can go in with basically a very well-balanced and strong team filled with 4 and 5 star servants. So all of that really is going to be difficult to figure out. Once I actually figure it out, I'll try and post a video of how I did it. Especially if I can actually show you how I did it, like actually do it, instead of just a after battle report. But anyway, that is what is going to happen during this event. So make sure that once the event releases, make sure you go through it so that if you actually did clear Solomon, you have a chance to go through this. And it only costs 5 AP, so repeating it is actually pretty nice. And if you take into consideration that you can go in with all 3 of your command seals ready for a full revive, you can technically go in with 2 chances to beat it on the first go, if you have all 3 of them ready. Now after that, we're going to get, I believe, a story chapter, and then after that, we're going to get the second Guda Guda event. So here, as always, I'm not going to go into anything special, but you are going to get Cha-Cha right there, a 4-star Berserker. I do believe she is a Berserker, but anyway, as you can see, clear for Yuki, and you can get into the event. So it's going to be another fun event. Hopefully we get another nice intro video for this one, because Nobunaga is one of those characters that definitely deserves a lot more love from the development team. After that, I think we get even another chapters released, and then we go into this, the Seraph event. Now, Bebe right here, you get, I'm not sure if you get her for free. I know there's 2 versions of her in the game. One, and I think one is an alter ego, and I think the other one is a foreigner, or no, Moon Cancer. I think that is one of. Yeah, I think both of them are Moon Cancers, and I think Moon Cancers are the only one that can deal extra damage to Avengers. I think. But anyway, we'll know when that time comes along, because that's going to be May, June, so probably the end of April for when we'll get this, midway through April. So anyway, then we get even more story, and then we get into this year's summer event. I'm not going to go into the servants once again, but during this time we're going to get a 4-star Ishtar with a rider version that looks pretty good. I've seen their sprite. And if you're like me and you didn't get Ishtar and still haven't gotten her, this is the event you want to save up for. Because a lot of good servants are coming up, including Nero Beach, Ultra Altar Beach, FGO Beach, Helena, as well as Frankenstein, and I'm missing somebody else. But anyway, summer event, you know if you want to save for those servants or not. And if you don't get anything during this event, before this one, we will get a rerun of last year's event, so you can have a chance to get those servants. But you're going to make your own choices. And then after that, we're going to get the final Halloween event for Elizabeth. And as you can see, we're going to get 2 Elizabeth this time. They're both alter egos, and they have identical animations. The only difference is their sprites. And with those 2 in your team, you can finally have an entire team filled with Elizabeths. So unfortunately, that means there's probably going to be a lot of farming during that event. So hopefully you have the time during winter to actually do it. And you need to clear Orleans in order to be able to do it. Now, outside of that, there will be another winter event, which is going to be for Attila the Santa. That's going to be this year's summer event. And outside of that, everything else is going to be story related in terms of servants, summoning campaigns, and all that good stuff. So now that you've seen this, and yeah, that seems a little insane, especially considering the HP of several of them. And considering we're up against 3 rulers, yeah, fun. But yeah. Look forward to this event. Hopefully it's not too hard. I do remember them being relatively challenging, especially some of them. So work your way through them, see what you can do, and if you can't beat them, then, well, you tried at least. So we look forward to this event. It should be coming out hopefully next week or in 2 weeks, hopefully. Let's see, how long was the pre-campaign for Japan? Let's see. I'll go on the second event info. Let's see. Emantantes. There's no dates. Here we go. January 21st to February 18th. And it is the 22nd. So, yeah, probably next week is when it's going to start, if not this weekend. So look forward to that. So we will see you next time for more Fate Granddaughter when we take on Emantantes' super difficult mission. So, oh yeah, it's right here. I should have figured this out by now. It's actually going to be, yeah, on the 20th. Hold, wait a second. Really? Tomorrow? Well then, we are in trouble, aren't we? So that, yeah, it's going to last 13 days. But yeah, it's going to be a relatively tough. And let's see, is anybody getting animation updates? Doesn't look like anybody's getting animation updates during this event, unfortunately. So yeah, we will see you hopefully tomorrow night or after tomorrow morning for hopefully our chance at dealing with the challenge quest. So anyway, later.